Welcome, everyone. It is 6 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. What's up, everybody? You guys hear us okay? Great evening. I know you can hear the music, so you got to do a thumbs up. We just want to know. You guys look great. Now, tag some people. Let us know. Let them know we're here. But we got some things to share with y'all today. Good. Thank you, Ro. What's up, Ro? That's my girl, you guys. Let me tell you something. That dog on Ronelda Johnson can sing her face off. Yes. All right. Well, look, love your bling bling. Yes, thank you. Let me go in and post what Yvonne Holmes is saying. Yvonne says she loves the bling bling. So, and then, yes, my hat. Y'all check this out. I know somebody gonna say, where you get the hat from, darling? The hair store. That's enough. I ain't telling you what hair store. I ain't giving nobody no business or not unless it's black owned or something like that, or that come from our church or somebody in the ministry. So, you guys, what's up? Hey, Eric Hines. Yes. Did I post what Yvonne Holmes said? I said about the bling bling. Thank you so very much. So we got a lot to talk about today, and I'm just going to hold out for just maybe one more minute. But if you guys will do me a favor and tag your friends, tag your family. Oh my gosh. This has been a great weekend. And so I am, what's up, my sister, Fat, that's what we call her. Y'all see her, she shows up as Lilia Fuller Johnson. And so that is my girl. And we are going to get started today, Monday, June the 6th. We've got an early start. Happy birthday to all the June babies out there. So look, what a great weekend it was for me. I had these, so I got so much to tell you guys, telling y'all everything. So this weekend, my mom and I started out on Saturday. I want to thank my girlfriend, Tawanza Ernest, because she helped me schedule some, and you guys will be so proud of me. And I'm not bragging on Darlene at all. It's just that, I have made some plans. I asked my mom if she wanted to go and see my nephew that's in prison. And she said yes. And so Tawanza initially started helping me out. She found the website to go schedule appointments in. And so we did. We got a chance to go out and visit. I took her on Saturday. And so as a part of me taking her on Saturday, Austin, I had to drop him off to take the SAT. And then my mom went. It was an hour and a half drive, an hour and a half back, and dropped my mom off, rushed to get Austin from the SAT place. Then I got home, lay down for a little bit. But I knew I was not supposed to. I knew that Fuller and I had plans to go to my brother-in-law. It was having a surprise birthday party. And so me and Fuller getting ready. I said, babe, what's the attire? Y'all look, I got to put this back on so y'all can hear this right here. Y'all hear that? That's hot to fire. Woo, I got to leave that on. So we're thinking that, or I'm thinking that it is a surprise birthday for Jimmy. So I'm asking Fuller, what do we wear? He said, oh, we just wear some a red shirt and some jeans. I'm like, okay, cool. I got this new cute red blouse. It happened to be striped. You didn't say it had to be striped, but solid. And then so I'm just gonna wear my striped shirt and some jeans and my cute new little sandals that I bought. So I get ready. Fuller and I driving, and I'm like, I'm having a ball. I'm just saying, oh, I'm gonna go see my boy Jimmy. I'm like wondering in my head, why is Jimmy having a late birthday? And Jennifer, my sister, Jimmy's wife, she texted me the day before, and she said, Darlene, y'all still coming? And I'm like, yeah, we still coming. Does Jimmy know anything about his surprise birthday? And she says, no, doesn't have a clue. And I was like, okay, good. So the day before, Fuller's administrative project manager, Sheila, texted me also and said, hey, Darlene, as a reminder, Fuller got a leadership meeting at Glover, Pastor Glover, who you guys see on here sometime. He's got a leadership meeting on Saturday from 9 to 11. Make sure he attends. I said, okay. So Fuller's off to the leadership meeting. So we get in the car. We're starting to drive now. It is now 5:30. We're supposed to be there by 6. Jimmy's supposed to show up at 6:30. And so I'm like, okay, babe, it's 5:30. We're going to get there on time because we don't want to spoil the surprise. So we get there, and all of a sudden, my other sister, Vera, and Boo, they just rushing outside. I'm just like, oh, we're just running into Vera and Boo. Meanwhile, there's a truck sitting right behind our car, and I'm like, somebody must be having to get together. Oh, that's right, it's Jimmy's birthday. Okay, maybe Jennifer got some other decorations and stuff she's still hauling in. And so then we all walking in the door. Walked in, we had it at this restaurant called Due South in Fayetteville, or Peachtree City rather. Great place, same place I had my shower, my wedding shower. So I'm talking to Fuller right before we got out the car, and I said, man, Jennifer, they came away from Griffin and they're gonna have this shower, and oh my gosh, and they spent some money because this place is not cheap. Fuller like, I know they did. And so we get inside the place. We go upstairs. Vera's talking about, darling, you know, I wear red. Just, you know, I don't like red now. AKA stuff. So we get in the elevator. So we're going up the steps. Going up the elevator, and the door opens. I ain't thinking nothing about it. I walk on out. Jennifer's standing right there. And Jimmy's standing right there. I'm like, Jimmy, what you doing here? I said, I look at Fuller to say, are we late? And so Jimmy says, welcome to my birthday party. I'm like, your birthday? And then I look ahead of me, and there's a ton of people I know. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. And I go up and I walk back. I'm now literally, y'all, I don't know why I'm being special and act like I ain't got no intelligence. But so I'm like, what is happening? So Jimmy's like, welcome to my birthday party. And so I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm seeing all my friends. And I'm like, oh my gosh, the party is for me. And so I'm like so in shock. Y'all, I could not stop smiling as you see me smiling now. I'm like, oh my God. And all of my people, they only had a limited supply of people to make an invite. So I'm so sorry for those that are here that did not get a personal invite. Y'all know I love you still. And so I'm like, oh my gosh. So I'm seeing my hairstylist. I'm seeing my godparents to the kids. I'm seeing the crew. I'm like, oh my goodness, what is going on? So I'm looking at Fuller, and he's like, we got you, didn't we? Y'all, when I tell you, I'm sorry, y'all, I'm moving around. I had no idea that Fuller was doing this like this. Y'all, I'm pretty, first of all, the ladies, y'all can recognize, we ask a lot of questions. And there were some things that just didn't sit right. So baby, would you come on and sit on down? Because Fuller's trying to do his grand intro. But Fuller, if you don't come sit over here, come sit down. Come sit down. The people want to see the man of the hour. I am the man. He is that we title that you've never dated before. So I have walked inside of this place. They got appetizers going on, spinach dip and crab dip, which I didn't know. I was like, they had some leftover food or something. What is that over there? Turns out they having appetizers. They chilling out. They got the whole place, you guys, is packed. Everybody's come on time. I don't think one person came late, except, we know something. Some people had to come a little bit after hour, but my goodness, you guys. When I tell you the title of our show today is I'm the man you've never dated before. And see, I didn't even come up with that. Fuller says to me all the time, Darlene, remember I told you I'm the man that you dated before. Now check this out, you guys. Never. Yeah, never dated before. He is so clever, you guys, and I'm really smart. I think I'm smart. You know, sometimes we too smart for our own good. So I'm thinking, Fuller texted me early this week and he says, Darlene, baby, I want to know everything there is about you. What is your favorite color? And what is your favorite food? What is your favorite, whatever? So he's going on and on. I'm waiting for him to say, what's your sign? What's your favorite sign? So he asking me all these questions and I'm falling into it. I'm like, right.
And then I played off, this is mine. Favorite color, this is mine. Right. So what's your, like, I want to know everything.
Right. And so I started asking, well, what's your favorite cake? Like, I don't know. I know that's German chocolate. But what's your favorite? I'm like, you ask me, let me ask you too. And so he's asking me all these questions. Now we're at the party and he asked me what my favorite song was. So we're at the party and now it's all coming together, you guys, that Fuller has actually mastered the art of love. Woo! Baby, that was good. He has mastered how to put together. See, he always says to me, Darlene, I may not always be the brightest, but I know I got resources and I can't do it all by myself. So I hire. I'm good at hiring. And he didn't really have to hire, but he did have to put some things in motion. But my girl, Wante Ezel and Reginald Ezel, the same couple that planned our wedding. And then he put, I call it T, Twanza and Heather, and I'm sure Mary has some things to do in place. And who else, baby? He just put the crew out. He put the hunt out.
Don't leave out Sheila.
Sheila behind the scenes trying to make me think he got a leadership. And then I found out there wasn't even no leadership meeting on Saturday. He goes to do a leadership meeting. And in my mind, you guys, that's how smart we are, ladies. We start trying to rationalize now. Why didn't they invite me to the leadership meeting? I wasn't invited. I didn't even know about it. Why is it just now coming up?
You had some things to do. But what was so funny? Friday and Saturday, she's trying to give me a 100-do list.
Oh yeah, I had a list.
Almost 100 must-do list. And I played it off. I think I got this to do it, that to do it, this.
So he was like, I'm busy. I was like.
So I told the people, I said, I did not tell, I was going to tell a white lie. But since I'm a Christian and everything, and I'm saved, sanctified, filled with the Holy Ghost, speaking in tongues, ones who the word he ain't gonna be. But I didn't tell a little white lie. I just didn't tell the truth.
I'm grateful. Sometimes that's helpful.
But ladies, y'all ask too many questions, so I almost couldn't. I almost couldn't pull it off. She kept asking different things, and it wasn't nothing to be about the surprise party and thing, but just questions and meet to do this and come. Let's go over here. Let's go over there. Let's do this and all these things. I'm trying to plan behind the scenes. The time I had to plan behind the scenes. So I had to try to find something to do.
We're back. He good now, you guys. When I tell you, I got to save this part for later. When I tell you,
not about the car.
Okay, we'll get to, okay, so remind me about the car. But when I asked for, I said, so Sheila texted and said, you got a leadership show on Saturday from 9 to 11. I said, do you have the Zoom link for it? And he said, no, it's in person. He came up with that lie that quick, you guys. So I said that to say, now, I love that Fuller he's a man of God and all of that, but some of us can tell some quick stories quick. You can think of a lot real quick. Then you came up with that for real quick.
I had to cover all my bases. So I don't thought everything what you can ask, what should I say? I done ran it over in my mind all night because you come up with some unusual question and question that I know you're gonna ask, and I'm gonna say, what do you want to do?
Wait. So we're in the car, you guys. Still, let me go back. Let me backtrack. We're in the car. So Fuller told me earlier that day. He said, "Darlene, I got Jimmy a card. I'm thinking, wow, well, it's getting better. He got him a card. I didn't have to do anything. He said, and I'm gonna cash app him some money. No. He said, I put some money in the card. I said, okay. So we're in the car. We're in the car. Before we get out, first of all, he puts the card in the visor of the car, and then before we get out the car, he does this. He hands me the card. He said, that's Jimmy's card. I was like, okay, I'll take it in. So I got the card in hand. I got the card in hand, going inside the party, just like this. I'm walking in the door. And I'm like, Jimmy and Jennifer, who the party's supposed to be for, Jimmy, he's standing there and he's like, welcome to my party. And I'm like, Jimmy. I was like, so by the time the joke was on me, I'm like, here's your birthday card. Not still even thinking about it. I'm like, Jimmy, here's your birthday card. He took it, he said, I'll put it in your birthday box. I said, you know what? This thing right here was off for the chain. When I tell you guys, I have never been so surprised in all my life. You guys, this was the first birthday party I've ever had. I know some of you guys have had birthdays before, but I had just never had a birthday. Look, Bishop, you have a PhD in studying your wife.
Amen. Amen. But let me say this. We was talking about personal things and, getting just to know each other better and better and better and better. So about 3 months ago, we were just talking. I don't know, we might have been laying in the bed or just sitting in the bedroom, and we was talking, and she said, and I don't know how it came up just through our conversation, because we're always talking. So she said, so, I've never had a birthday party.
And I wouldn't even say that for a reason.
I know, you just started out to go, it was in the middle of our regular conversation, it was just in the conversation, and we just went on and on about it, and she didn't think nothing else about it, but it stuck. I said, wow, this I can do. I don't know how I'm gonna pull it off, because I didn't want to schedule her apart and she knows she's gonna have one. She would have been thinking it was because she said that. But it was such a I can't say non-important conversation, but it was just a normal conversation that we had, just a regular conversation that we're always talking. And it stuck. And I wanted to do something that her to experience, something she never experienced before. And I wanted to do it on grand style. And we didn't have no finger food, no food. We had hors d'oeuvres and we had music.
Okay. So you guys, I got, ladies, we like to give all the details. And I know probably some of the guys are like, you gotta give all that. I got to give it all, because this right here did all of that. See, we like to, when we're going places and then somebody telling us a story, we like to ask all the questions, know all the details. So I give you all the tea today. And so I walk in the door, I'm looking ahead of me. I see Wante, I'm like, Wante, I'm just looking around. And then I come around the corner, I peek around the corner like, oh my gosh, the place is packed. My mom is there. I'm like, I was just with my mama. My mama didn't say nothing to me. My mom, you guys, by the way, she's so pretty. She's going on 88. And she got all of her mind. And I was surprised that she didn't slip up and tell me nothing. Now look, before we got there, I was and look at Jennifer. Jennifer, you better get off of this guy for this today. My sister Jennifer, she the one I'm talking about, you guys. Jennifer Relaford, you see her name? Jennifer, the one that I was talking about today. Jennifer, I love you. Thank you so much for keeping the secret and keeping it going by texting me and saying, is your kid still coming? Y'all trying to.
Jennifer is the quiet fuller. And Darlene and Jimmy has a really good relationship, so she wasn't gonna miss it. If I had to take in a wheelchair, she wasn't gonna miss that part for Jennifer and Jimmy. Yes. And Jimmy and I just told, thinking ahead of time, I told Jennifer, so I want you to call Q and invite her to Jimmy's surprise birthday party. That's my cover for having her surprise party. And so, but Jennifer followed up 2 times in Texas to make sure that she was gonna be, and she played it out, boy. So thank you, Jennifer. Thank you, baby.
Right. And then I said to Jennifer, because Jimmy moved some of my mom's things out of storage a while back, and so he accidentally kept a piece of luggage. And so I said, Jennifer, can you make sure, I know it's a surprise, but somehow can you get the suitcase and bring the suitcase with you to the party? She said, I'll take care of it. Jennifer, you scandalous. And they brought it, by the way. Yes, they did. So anyway, so I walk into the Due South. Is the name of the restaurant in Peachtree City. If you're ever looking for a good place to go now, I know I don't always advertise, but I said I'm telling you because they hooked it up.
The food was so good.
It was good.
Oh my God.
So I walk in, babe. Then to the left, as I'm looking, I know I'm turning to the right. You guys can see on the screen, but walk in, and there's this big, massive queen white velvet fluffy chair with a white rug right in front of the chair.
Red carpet before you get
And then a red carpet with poles. So you go down the red carpet. Oh my God. When I tell you, Wante Ezel, okay, by the way, before y'all start texting and saying, what's Wante's contact information? Does she have an Instagram? Does she have a Facebook page? Can you send us her phone number or email address? Wante is very clear. She says, what?
I only do this.
It's like,
and she did our wedding and never did one before, and it was magnificent. And she did this, took the load off me, so Darlene wouldn't hear me talking on the side. She gets my email because Sheila sent her my email to make sure I keep up with my meetings everywhere what I'm doing. So I said, no emails, just text me. And when we talk, we'll talk away from here. And Sheila code was, oh, you going into your other office? And that means yes or no. So she'll talk to me, but Darlene is not in the car with me. So that was her code where we even had codes so that we would know that you was in the car with me.
And look, you guys, the day before Friday, my mom calls Fuller on the phone. And I'm like, maybe she's asking Fuller to get her a birthday gift for me. Because she's known for it, because she doesn't drive anymore. So she's known for asking, can we take care of getting a gift for her.
And sometimes she just wanted a concordance and a Bible or something, and I bought her that, and so it would be natural for you to think that something along those lines. Yeah.
Can I ask the audience a question?
Yes.
Only because I just want to make sure they text and we keep communicating. Anybody had your spouse throw you a surprise birthday party?
And you didn't know.
And you didn't know. And so for me, this was the biggest thing for me.
I think you're still in shock.
I am. In fact, you guys, I could not go to sleep. It took me until 4 a.m. in the morning to go to sleep. I don't know what was happening. I don't know if it had anything to do with me going with my mom, because I didn't go inside, but I had never had that experience. And so I think I was just still in shock. And so I couldn't go to sleep for nothing. And I had to minister the next day at church, and I had to be there at 7:30, but I couldn't go to sleep. So so I see a few of you have said yes. Yvonne Holmes said yes. Your husband did a surprise for you. I see, oh yes, I see. And then look, I can't keep going without including my girl Jada. She all up in the mix as well. Jada, who is the extraordinaire. Jada hooking up to, just everything.
That's why I contacted first about the birthday.
Oh, really?
And she, her and Tawanza and Elder, and they helped them, and one tape was the overall planner and designer,
yes. It just worked. But look, baby, and everybody had on Delta Red. Y'all see what I'm talking about. Y'all know what I'm talking about.
Blue jeans.
Delta in the house. So, but they had on, everybody had on red and blue jeans. And it was just simply amazing. So then I walk in, see the white queen chair. You guys have seen it on Facebook. And then I turn and I look, and not only is everybody there, but then there's a table full of gifts, cake that's on the table that has been specially made for me. It has red and white, and it's got the Delta. Anybody think I like Delta Sigma Theta that much? But it's got a Delta Sigma Theta, the fondue, what is that fondue stuff, that fake icing on it, and that's an emblem of Delta Sigma Theta. It's got Delta Sigma Theta, the Greek letters going down the front of the cake, and then the bottom of the cake is has all this icing, but just swirled throughout the very base of it. And oh my gosh, and it was, guess what? Fuller asked me through text, what's my favorite cake? I'm thinking favorite cake. First of all, I really like Publix cake, but I said pound cake. What was the cake? It was a 3-layer pound cake. And on top, I didn't cut that. I put that in the freezer because we don't eat a whole lot of sweets, but I saved that and put that in the freezer. And oh my gosh, the table had flowers on it. Wante had someone make, or she may have made herself, flowers that were hydrangeas. If you know anything about hydrangeas, once you put them in your yard, they're massive. They spread like crazy. We have bouquets of those hydrangeas with roses in the. See, we pay attention to the small things. The small things I just love, and we, those who plan parties, they like to know that we pay attention to the details too. That people pay attention to details, and then on the table there were all of these arrangements, and one arrangement was a hydrangea on the master, like where the tea and the lemonade and the water and all that stuff was. It was a huge, big old, like a helium balloon that had like a net around it, and then the base of it was the hydrangeas too. I noticed everything. And then the best, also one of the second best thing that was very fun, maybe the third best thing, I don't know, there's so much going on. One is we had a lady, not we, Wante or Fuller or whoever, planned for this lady to come in to do that 360 little video thing where you get on the little spin thing, the little round thing, and then the camera goes around you, but you just stand there and you're doing your little dance, and you're like, ooh, hey, you're doing all your little stuff. And everybody's on it. Even my mama got on it. I mean, it was the bomb. I mean, I know y'all can hear my excitement. Let's see. The second thing was the food. So we go in. Now look, sometimes we do parties, and it depends on your budget, and it's what you want. But Fuller said, as Wante was giving him, the cost, he said, well, that's okay.
No, I started off with one budget, and by the time it's finished, it's double the amount I put aside for the budget. But let me tell you something, Darlene is worth every nickel, dime, and penny, because this was a special occasion. This was really special to her. It meant, and it will mean so much to her as time goes on, not just now, as time goes on. She will never forget the very first birthday party she had was a surprise, and it was given by Fuller.
Yeah, and I was just gonna say that, I can remember the times, and Fuller and I, for those that don't watch all the time, we have said in other segments, we love our spouses, our previous spouses, our late spouses, and no fault of their own. We just want better, right? So we don't ever criticize. We're just saying what it is and what's true. Because sometimes, even as Christians, we don't talk about truth. We make it sound good. We get on the platform, we minister, and we look perfect. And we're not perfect at all. And one of the things that I'd asked for or wanted in the past was for somebody to want to do those things for me. Now, let me say this. My girlfriends have been a part of my life for a long time. For the 20 years I've been in it. Let me just talk about the ones in Atlanta, because I've moved past, being in Fort Worth, because my girlfriends in Fort Worth did some things as well. But I'm talking about since I've been here, from having a baby to having a second baby to, just when my life began to change and I inherited friendships through being at the ministry or being in Georgia. They have taken care of me like the bomb. I was telling Fuller that my showers would be massive. They would be huge. I mean, anything that I've ever had. I got married earlier, and so I didn't know those people, right? And so, but I wanted. I've mentioned to David that I wanted, that I didn't have a party. And you can only do what's in your budget, what you know to do. And if that's not you don't have the resources and all that, then you just kind of let some things slide. And I know there's some ladies that say, man, I wish my husband would do this, or I wish he would do this. So that's why I got a Fuller here on GodFidence, where we get to talk about how do you make those opportunities available to your spouse, or how do we get our spouses, whether men or, vice versa, to listen. What Fuller shared with me is that, Darlene, I listen. I listen for the small things that you say. And that makes it so much easier for me to bless you when it's time to do things, because I paid attention. And I tell you, Fuller pay attention. So if I want to tell a story, he'll be gonna look at me like, that don't really sound quite right. So but because I'm listening, I'm saying things, and not with wanting anything from fun and conversations, and it leads up to the moments like this past weekend.
Great lover is one that pays attention. If you pay attention, you can make love all day, every day, on your feet and in the bed. Just pay attention, because you'll find out what your spouse like, and those are the things you do to please her, him, to make him happy. So it's not rocket science. It's Mother's Day was real easy for me. Man, I didn't have a clue what I was gonna get, and I'm saying, oh, what I'm gonna get. Just so her face fell off of her Apple Watch.
It fell off, you guys. Literally.
And so that was I surprised her on Mother's Day with a new Apple Watch. And she was saying, I don't need this. I don't need this phone. You don't have to do that. But see, she got one of the first Apple Watch, and it's so much improved now. So she's really happy. She won't even take it off most of the time.
I can't believe I don't have it on right now.
That's right. That's not saying that if you don't have it on.
Because I've been so busy.
But let me tell you, just pay attention to your spouse. Don't sweat the small stuff. Make them feel like, and they should be number one, but if they're not, make them feel like it anyway. And just pay attention and cater to each other's needs. I mean, you have more in common than you have more agreements than you have disagreements. And life is just too short. I had a friend that pastored my family church in Griffin, Pastor Sewell. He lost two of his friends, and they was in their 50s, and this is happened instantly. I mean, just like he said, wasn't sick, wasn't nothing bought, wasn't nothing with them, and the husband passed and the wife passed, and I think they had another dear friend pass. So look, life is too short not to enjoy. Man, enjoy one another. Don't be fighting over this little petty stuff. Yeah. I heard on Facebook the other day, a husband said, he was riding in the car and said, husband, I didn't put in for this. I didn't put in for to be no husband like this. And said nobody's volunteering to be husbands. So him and his wife were driving, and it said that she said he pulled in the parking lot, and she said, "Why are you parking here? Why are you parking there? Why don't you park over here? Park over there?" And then he gets upset, and he said, "Baby, it has to be you, because when I'm in the car by myself, I don't argue with myself. I park where I want to park. So quit trying to control." But the point is, quit trying to control each other. And you don't have to say something about everything. You don't have to have an opinion about everything. You don't have to say, watch out here, watch out there. What you gonna do? Where you gonna go?
Talking about me, you guys? Oh, you trying to be smart? He doing counseling on Facebook Live.
I told her, I was driving. When you were a teen mom, I was driving. So, I know how to do some things. So I don't need no guide. I don't need a tutor. The Bible says you need a tutor when you're under age. I'm not under age. I don't need no tutor. I know how to do it. Well, it's true.
He did. He did all the counseling.
Yeah, but I can handle it. I don't say something about everything, but then that's why we sit down and talk. I said, and that's bringing up the conversation, but I don't let it linger. If something bothers me, I don't let it linger. I get quiet at first, and then because I get quiet for one reason. I never want to be out of my character. I never want to be. I always want to be her high priest. I always want to be the man that she respected. I always want to be everything that I'm supposed to be as a husband. So don't allow what she says to anybody else to get you out of your character, get you out of an argue. I don't argue. It ain't worth it. Don't go through it. Take too much energy. Take too much of your day, because you're going all day pounding, mad, and fussing. And I'm gonna get back home and I'm gonna tell her off. I'm gonna tell her this and I'm gonna tell her that. It's not worth it. I'm gonna channel my energy into something good. Because love and kindness is always in season. It never fails. Love and kindness is always in season. It never fails. Love and kindness is always in season. It never fails. So, man, just put something in the love bank. Look, man, you all think my sister Vera and preacher lady Carol, they came by my table, whispered my ear, boy, you done put nothing in the love bank the last 5 years. And they said it back to back, and they didn't know, one didn't know the other one had just told me that. And I said, right on. So this is how you do it. Hey, it don't take nothing to be an OG. Just pay attention.
Just pay attention. Thank you, baby. Yes. My head is in the way. Look.
Look.
Good and all. Okay,
well,
you guys, look. I gotta get my hair right before I sit and let them go. So look, I can't get the head right. Okay, all this little hanging out. Okay, so you guys, my birthday is actually Thursday, so don't play. Y'all wish your sister happy birthday. Thursday, June the 9th is my birthday. I ain't gonna put my cash app on anything.
Why not? Well, why not? See how somebody might not have been there who's going to put on Facebook. You might have somebody there online that you've been blessing these months on there, and they might want to sow something to you. So that's a false humility.
So I'm going to put my cash app out there, you guys.
So you want to receive. The reason I did the birthday party this Saturday night. Next week we'll be at a swim meet in Charleston. This week in Charleston, and next week I'll be doing that's not important. But next week anyway, I'm preaching in South Carolina and Spartanburg, and then I'm coming back and do Sunday morning at Dr. Clark Church in Griffin, Georgia, my home time. Dr. Clark, I'm with Melissa and Chris Clark, Sheila Faith, and I'll be there. So COVID is lifted, and I'm back on the road again.
Yep. And we just love you guys. Yeah. And then we just like to share our experience. And I'm so thankful to have a Fuller in my life. So with that.
Thank Pastor Glover for chiming in on the almost white lie.
He didn't even know about it. I mentioned to him at the party.
He knew.
No, he didn't know that she had scheduled a 9 to 11 leadership. He knew about that?
He didn't know that she would text you, but he knew. That was my cover.
Oh, that was
my cover.
Okay. Glover, I'm mad at you.
Come on, Jay. It's all right.
Okay.
Love you guys, man. Thanks for spending time with us. We love spending time. You guys, I know you can spend time doing a whole lot of things, but to take time to tune into GodFidence, man, we're so grateful. Remember, our sufficiency, not ourselves. Our sufficiency is from God. Hallelujah. Yes. We all got all we need. Amen.
We're going to close it out with all the folks that are watching. We just want to shout you out. Man, we can't even shout out all y'all now. Alan, Courtney Berry, Sandra Gale Harris Rice. And you got a lot of names. Florence Glover, Carrie Bullard, Executive Pay Group. Who's that? Emily Lavelis, James Martin, Ontaria Collier. Ivy Piven, what's up? Laverne Wicker, Melton Barron, Chris Page. We saw you, Debbie K. What's up, V? Spencer, Vera Spencer, Jada. Hey, yes, and Debbie Holloway, Denise Taylor, Jada, I said Jada, Roderick Johnson. What's up, Roderick? Montrese Divine Diva. Come on, Diva Wilson. Manny Murphy, Jennifer Relaford. Jennifer, I'm gonna get you. Geneva Bland, Ernest Fuller, Jeanette Reeves,
Greenville, South Carolina.
Monica Williams, Jenny Johnson, Rosalind Dennis, Yvonne McCrae, Sharon Akamoa.
Hey, Sharon.
Myra Smith, MCM Empowered. Oh, that's that Pat. Ricky Parks, Dries, what's up? My girl Edward Brinson.
What's up?
Chrislyn, what's up, Chrislyn? Vanessa Young. Tim, what's up, Tim Kearney? And then there's a whole set at the very top, you guys.
CJ Lewis, we love you guys. The cousins from Greenville, Ivy Pittman, yes. AKA Renee, my she's like a sister instead of cousin. Amen. But I'm just glad to see all you guys, man, chime in. I saw Carol hosting earlier.
Oh, you did?
Man,
we saw a lot of people, you guys.
We missed a lot. So
Keith, what's up? Keith Barrington, it's good to see you, man. Chris Page, we said Chris. He said Heather hasn't planned a surprise party, but she has planned a surprise vacation.
Wow, that's good. That's good.
All right, you guys, look, love and kindness is always in season. Do something great this week. Put some deposits in the love bank.
Amen.
All right, babe. Thank you so much for a great birthday. There's more of a week to come, so I'm expecting some more surprises. Bye, y'all.